think we should get the scores back to 0 for both players. We're still having the scores of the last players. And yeah, that has been updated. Moment to start. OAAY ERC. Okay, that is Moment's Rock. Okay, it could play YART or Yato for 24 points or Yaka. So I think we'll see one of those two coming down. Okay, now it's playing Yato. Yato it is for 24 points. Okay. I'm yet to see Tunde's Rock. What a pick. And quickly, yeah, speak the first blank of the game. So it has UNE blank. He has an obscure bingo here through the float of the T on Gwenta. He could play on Gwenta for 60 points. Now the main question of trouble is spotting that, because that is quite obscure. You know, having bingo quite early, but with a bunch of with 2 U's, 2 hen, you know, it could be something, and it might leave you confused for a while. And seeing a word like on Greta is you know, searching for it is really the point. Are you even looking towards, oh, let me play something through the T and all? So it's not a common word. And for him, he might be trying to rack to see if he would spot something close, or he might just opt to balance, which is what we are seeing here. So it's going for UNAU for 14 points. Is yet to commit. And that has been committed. Moving over to Mumin, we see WEEP high. Okay, the triplicated is really something. So I would possibly want to play something that let go of about 2, if not all of my he's, in fact. Okay, quickly we see Weenie, WEENY from Mumin. So that goes for 22 points. Hmm. Okay, I see N high ho he N E blank for Tunde. Now having This kind of rack would definitely leave me thinking for a while. It's almost like your spidey senses will tell you there's a bingo, maybe 12 floats. Even on its own, there is a bingo, but then spotting it is where the problem starts. I think the 7 on this rack is Leohin. Leohin. So it could play that just right by the side of the O of Yato. Or it could play Eolian to the floating E of Winnie. That is actually his top choice with the most points of 78 points. I think spotting Leohin, or if he makes his blank M, he could play nominee for 65 points. And he could play just beside the UR, hooking his N to the UR on and coming down to play nominee. So let's see which of the moves is going to go for. Interestingly, he's going for the top choice, which is Aeolian, making the blank L. And that goes for 78 points. Nice. So we have ERICARP for Mumin. And with no obvious bingo, it could be looking towards the triple of the E that is now open, and it could play something towards that, maybe PS, or I think I'm saying 2R, so it could use one of the R to play PSR. PSR is valid. Or you could play Price, for 36 points. I would want to let go of one of my hair. So PSR or Price is they're both top moves for this round. Okay, we see Crapia. Somebody said Crapia in the chat. Okay, we are seeing Price. Price has been committed for 36 points. Now we have, excuse me, we have EELSUWX for Tunde. Okay, you could play Wexis. Okay, I see he has dropped that already. That is possibly his top choice. His best move for this round. Wexis 26 points. Is there a challenge? Yeah, I think adding the S to the Eolian, that should be valid, yeah. Aeolian takes S. And that's been proven. So now that should make it about plus 10. Yeah. I'm moving to he has obvious bingos of Enets, Inets or Therian, but is opting for Enyets through the E of Eoland. And that would actually score in more. And that has been committed for 77 points. Fantastic. Over to Tunde trying to get hold of his rock. I see LU. Tunde has been the master picker of blanks in this game. So now I see LUOTZF and of course the blank. Okay, I don't see any good use of the blank in this round, but it could play for if it hooks the T to Winnie for Twinny. So for FUTZ would score about 44 points, and that should be like the top choice. You could also play his spot somewhere else, hooking the F to the E of Enyets. Is Z sitting on the triple letter premium points? But I would prefer to play the fourth up there with my T hooking Winnie. And if he wants to, he could actually use this blank at this round. On this round, he could play ZOEAL, Zoe, through the E of Wexes, making his blank A. And that would actually score him about 66 points, leaving FTU. But personally, I would go for FUTZ. Yeah, I would go for FUTZ. So I see him going for FUTZ for underneath. Wow. He could have actually played that on top and score about 5 more points. But he has gone for that, and that has been committed for 37 points. So quickly, I see Mumin playing Gifted through the high of Enyets. Gifted. And Gifted has been committed for 45 points. Back to Tunde, we have LO Blanc. Another L, A, and O high. So he has a rack of LOLAOI blank. Now I see he has a very obscure bingo of Hilaru, Gilaru. Yes, he has a bingo of Gilaru. So he can make his blank G or J. I think that should be derivative of both words. So now the question is, would he spot that? So he could play his Gilaru to the R of price, coming down. So making his blank either J or G. I think there should be other options. If he's not able to spot that, he could play Poloidal through the D of Gifted, making his blank P. So I want to see which one is going to go for. Okay, I think he has seen the Poloidal. He's arranging the Oh hell ho hi. Oh hell I ho blank hey hell. So he has probably seen the Poloidal So let's see if he takes the move. Yeah, Poloda is the most obvious bingo right now on this board. Jilaru might be a little hard to spot, but he's still taking his time on this round, and I wonder why. Is he unsure of the word? Is he doubting, or is he yet to see it? Thank you, Shikura. But for now, I'm not sure if we're seeing that, but for now, we are only focusing on the table one of the Masters round. But hopefully, let's see how it goes. Okay, I see Tunde is still taking his time. Oh, he played wool. Wow, that was he missed that bingo. And he played wool for 21 points. Damn, that must be very painful coming back to the game if he analyzes it and he sees that he missed that. Now I'm not exactly sure what Mumin played, but I think he exchanged. He had clunky tiles the last round, so exchanging is it's valid. Now Tunde has AAGNIL blank. The obvious bingos here of I see diagonal through the D of gifted, making it blank O. Now I wouldn't I wouldn't expect today to miss this bingo in this round again, because that would be even more painful for him looking back at this game. Okay, we see that coming down quickly. Diagonal it is for 77 points, and that has been committed. Now, interesting pick from Mumi. He picked CATIOUS, and he could play. This is interesting. He could play a 9-letter. This would actually be very interesting if I can see this on the board. Could play a 9-letter through the T of fourth and N of diagonal, and the word is quotation. If he sees quotation will score him 46 points. And guess what? That is the only playable bingo he can play on this board. So now, question is, will you see this 9-letter bingo? I'm really curious. Wow. The most obvious 7-letter bingo on his rack is caution, auction, but then they won't land anywhere. And then to even to the P, he could have played acupoint, but then it won't fit. So his only available option of bingoing in this round is to spot that 9-letter. Would he find it? Is he even searching for it? So we'll find out very soon. Oh, I see he's opting for UT. Okay, that's quite painful, but we move. So UT has been committed for 28 points, leaving COSAI. Now back to Tunde, we have B high BIOR. Y. And is going for Vice, which is a stop move here. That came down quickly. Vice committed for 27 points. Back to Mumin, I see ICOS on his rack. Okay, I'm getting questions from the chat. The 9-letter word he missed was quotation. SCUTATION. Through the T of fourths and N of diagonal. Now back to Mumin, we have ICOS. I think it's yet to pick the other racks. Okay, I see COOIOSE. COOIOSE. Bunch of O's here. So with that, I think he has to let go of O's, the O's, obviously. I would probably play tune to the T of fourths, but I think I'm saying yeah, I would probably play TOON. Okay, he has played jab. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Tunde played I think Tunde was the one who played just now. Okay. Jab. Jab 459. And that has been committed. Okay, back to Mumin. We see COOSEIO. I think he played Okay, bed has also been played. I'm sorry, I'm having a bit of system over here is quite lagging. I'm trying to catch up as fast as I can. After bird, we had a play of coot, COOT. Okay, so now I think it's Tunde's turn to play. Yes, thank you. It's Tunde's turn to play. So he has DIODL. Okay, I see he's going for married. I couldn't get to see his entire rack. But married has been committed by Tunde. So married for 18 points. And that's the defensive move by Tunde, blocking the available floating space. But interestingly, I'm seeing Anoesis, Anoesis from Mumin. Interesting. Wow, I didn't see that coming. So Anoesis from Mumin for 70 points. Wow, wow, wow. So back to Tunde, we have DSEOAIL. I think the scores are not updated. We're working on that. So for Tunde is having DOESAIL. Now we could probably play Idola coming down through the NOSs that was just played. If I don't want to open up that triple lane. Oh, yeah, there's a bingo of ISO lead. I didn't even see that. Yeah, there's a bingo of ISO lead, but it's not looking like it's not gonna enter anywhere on this board. Yeah, it won't fit anywhere on this board, sadly. That would have done that would have changed the game for him. So unfortunately, he would have to go with something else. Yeah, I wonder what's going through his mind, knowing he could have bingo on this round and take the lead even further. Okay, right now the score has been updated. We have Mumin on 376 and we have Tunde on 346. Now let's see what Tunde comes up with. Also, I see he's less than 1 minute. Wow. There must be a lot of time pressure going on right now. So he's arranged ALOD. Okay, ALOD. Okay, he added more. He added the S. A lot. This is 26 points. Now Mumin is left with KEGELPR. Okay. Wow, and Tunde has flagged. This time has dropped by 10 seconds. Was there a challenge? I see the time was paused a little bit. Okay, now back with Mumin having a rack of KEGL PR. I'm trying to see what will be his best move here. And I think guys are out. Tunde is left to just EI rather. It could play PRE. Okay, the tiles are not hers. I see Tunde still picking. And Mumin is tracking. Now they are quite close. I see Mumin is on 376, Tunde 372. Although his time has dropped by 10 seconds and every second counts. One thing I've noticed about Mumin from the past 3 games I've watched is his time management. And I'm still trying to master that. Towards the end game, he usually has about 10 minutes, if not more, to think about his final moves. And it really does help, to be honest. If you can master the skill, can really differentiate you among your peers and help you with the game ultimately. Okay, for a moment I thought the tiles were out, but Tunde has picked more tiles, confirming there are still more tiles. So I see Mumin arrange PER to the side, possibly hoping to play that. Although I'm not quite sure where that will land, but I see where PRE could land, just beside the allods. Hooking the P to the AL, coming down PRE. And that should score pretty well, pretty averagely, about 25 points. You could also play LAWK, lock, LEWK, Luke, rather, through the W of Winnie for 17 points. His other options are GER. Okay, I see he's playing something completely different. I see PALLE coming down. I'm not sure if that's a word. Yeah, that's not a word. Is it going to play PALLE? That's a phony. Yeah, that's not valid. But I don't see any challenge. So PALE has been committed. So quickly, Tunde has played. Okay, played. Yeah, I played PALLE, right? Yes. Then Tunde dropped TETRAM, but I see that he has taken it off the board. I think he's not sure if PALLER is a word, which unfortunately is not. So funny. So he played VEG instead. So quickly, I see QI coming down for a moment. Okay, ERK first, then QI, and that brings us to the end. That brings us to the end of round 5. With Mumin, Jimoh Abdulmumin on 416 and Saporu Tunde on 396. Wow. And it's flagged by 30 seconds. So that's going to be a deduction of about 10 points here. So wow, that was a very interesting game. Quite interesting. I see the players are still, I think they're trying to reconcile their scores. And that brings us to the end of round 5. Very interesting game from both Jimoh Abdulmumin and Tunde Saporu. Yeah, it was close. It was close. Okay, the updated scores is 431 for Mumin and 396 from Tunde. Wow, that is interesting. Thank you for watching round 5. Round 6 will be up shortly. And let's move over to the player's mic. Let's get to hear what they're discussing.